Yo, before we get too deep into this, do y'all remember this song?
Of course. It was a
One of my
banger.
favorite songs.
It was a banger. Did you paid attention? There was clues. There were clues. I'm trying to tell you that the defense needs me.
Not they need you.
Prosecutors, I mean, the prosecutors. Check this out. This was at the end of the song. I'm gonna play.
Not be there when I get over the house.
Let me back it up a little bit.
That shit ain't funny not picking up the phone. Gotta stop playing with a feelings like that. You know how much I love you, right? Just for those couple of seconds though, when I couldn't get in touch with you.
For a second.
I'm ready to come over your house and shoot that motherfucker up. You better not be there when I get over the house. That's really how it go down, right?
Officer, he's over there. He's over there. What?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, Puff Daddy, Diddy,
Wow.
Papa Diddy Pop.
Wow.
That's a
So y'all
wild
been
man, dog.
If you
Y'all been
pay
hearing about
attention, the clues was there.
That's a
I'm not
wild
saying
man.
he's guilty or not. I'm not. But it's something we got to talk about. We have to talk about it. You already know what time it is. Nikki in the building, King Bolt, Hollywood. It's the Watch
We back.
List season 2 action. We back. A lot of stuff to talk about today too. And we're gonna start it off with the main course. Fuck the appetizers. We're going straight to the damn meal. We're gonna talk about that Diddy, man. Gotta talk about
Diddard,
Diddler.
Diddly Pop. Don't come
So,
for us.
yeah, a lot transpired in the last few weeks. You know, I know it's been a little minute since our last rendezvous, but yeah, you know, it's hard to take. This is gonna definitely be a pause moment, but it's hard to take all this in
It is.
because you know, you get different aspects, you hear different reviews, people inside the courtroom, people outside the courtroom, secondhand. So it's like, you know, hard to digest everything. But you
I
know,
I agree.
yeah, I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer.
hard to digest. Let's go. Let's go.
I agree. I agree, Bo. I work with children, if y'all
Mhm,
don't know,
mhm.
audience members wise. I work with children on the spectrum, disabilities. So the main part of my training is to always assume that the children have trauma, or I've worked with adults with disabilities. People have trauma. It's a safe assumption, and that is the reason for their behaviors. So while watching all of this, I just keep thinking about how Diddler became who he is today. Because people don't just, as a kid think, I'm going to grow up and start beating on women and having freak offs. You get what I'm saying? Like, so from what I know, I take psychology class and stuff like that. It's like simple 101. You guys definitely know it's common sense stuff. Um, the way a child grows up, their environment, their atmosphere molds who they are as a person. And some research being told Diddy's dad was a kingpin of
Yeah.
some sorts, you know what I mean? And you know what that comes about. We don't know how dad grew up. So dad probably had his own traumas, passing it on to his child. Mom was a nasty freak hoe. From what my
Whoa,
from what my
whoa.
and from what I can recall, when you a young hoe, you stop being a hoe when you're old. She never stopped. She never stopped. So I could only imagine how that is growing up, being a young man and seeing your mother, the only parent you have. Also, by the way, his father died young, so that's another trauma on him. Growing up with a mother only, being a young man, nobody's around you, no father figure to teach you how to be a man, how to treat women right, how to take care of yourself and respect yourself and stuff like that. And she's just being outlandish. I'm not saying this to say to give him an excuse for his actions, but I'm saying this to give people like an open mind when you're hearing all the nonsense. It's wrong. A lot of stuff that we're hearing is very much wrong. But how does someone become that way? His mom should be on that trial with him. Speaking of his crazy ass mama, there's a rumor flying around on the internets, okay? And I've been trying to find like literally a direct source because they're saying that Cassie said it. I haven't seen no official transcripts. I don't do Wikipedia. But there's a rumor with the mac and cheese. Y'all ever heard about the mac and cheese?
No.
The rumor goes, Mama, how can I put this? Because I don't want to be like, I don't want to get us flagged and shit. Mama saves the unborn children, put them in a freezer, and then she makes mac and cheese. Oh, she puts them in a fridge, cools them down, whatever. Makes mac and cheese and she drizzles them on top like a honey bun type shit. And she serves them to the people and watches them eat it.
Poor people.
It's giving family. It's giving her son and the ladies, not the grandkids. I'm not saying the grandkids. So we're going, any kid, we're going to throw them out of there. But
Oh, wait. So, okay.
just let that digest. Give yourself a
Nah.
give,
Hey,
give
like
yourself a moment
Bolt
that
said,
one.
that's hard to digest. That's hard to digest.
Yeah. Get yourself a drink.
Who's providing the?
Like
This
I
is
said,
just a collection. This is just
I
a
chose my
collection of
words.
it.
I chose my
Oh,
words
you're saying
carefully.
who's giving the?
Oh,
Crazy.
so what it's
That's Shannon
giving
was
is,
saying.
from my understanding of the different videos I've seen and the what I'm reading, she might be part of the cleanup crew. Mama might be back there with some janitorial skills, baby. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Supposedly. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's and watch list audience. If y'all don't know, we are professionals in this shit a little bit. We do debrief before this. I did not debrief them. I wanted a genuine reaction. I said, "Do y'all know about the mac and cheese?" They said no. I said, "You want to know?" They said, "Yeah." There you go. Boom.
My gritty ass. You talking about mac and cheese? I thought you were talking about like. Never mind.
And
That
I
one
think
part. You ruined it. You ruined Sunday dinner for me.
literal.
So you think because you said a lot of you said a lot. It's a lot to unpack. The trauma from Diddy. You know what I mean? Him growing up. His pop.
Bo, you good, honey?
He my girl.
Yeah.
Go
ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, brother.
All right. Just
he had that mac and cheese last night. You ruined him.
No, I did not. I don't know if I will ever again.
Right. Yeah. It's the cheesiest.
I'm just trying to think of what substitutions I have. Like, is it broccoli and cheese?
Meatballs.
Chill out, bruh. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you was gonna say?
Why I gotta chill? Why I gotta chill?
You're talking about pasta and you just go, or like mac and cheese and you say meatballs. That don't even go together. It has nothing to do with the other.
You ain't let me finish. Meatballs and spaghetti. Hello, come on, somebody.
How is that similar to mac and cheese?
Because it's the pasta group, the noodle group.
I knew he was gonna go there.
Yeah. But anyways, Diddy trauma, right? Diddy trauma. Sometimes hurt people, so that's a realistic thing. So we'll put that out there. Not an excuse, but we're painting. You got to see the full picture, right? Now, Diddy's dad, like you said, his pops, he was rolling with Frank Lucas and them, so he's certified. Like he was one of them. You remember that movie with Denzel and T.I.? What was it, American Gangsters?
Yeah.
They made a movie, yo. That's my dad and Denzel, but in real life, that part.
Right? My thing is this:
Diddy little dolphin teeth.
With the
Can you trust him?
Can you stop? No, you can't trust a nigga with a dolphin. Stop. No,
Diddy,
but
Diddy
think about this.
Looking like Danny Glover, yo. I was like, what in the world?
We were talking about past trauma, and his mom is still active in his life. If you've seen these videos with them, first of all, they still kissing on the lips. There's a certain age, and you know, as a young boy, as a baby, you kiss your mom and your dad on the lips, but every parent knows there is a certain age you stop that. You
What's
stop
the
that.
age? What's the age?
Respectfully, when they hit about like 6.
6? So, hey, King Bo, were you like 6 kissing your mom on the lips? I don't mean that no disrespect. I'm just asking.
I said when they hit 6, so don't forget 5 and 4 is still toddler age. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, like, the first day of kindergarten, hey, I'm gonna have a good day at school.
That's when the cheek starts hitting.
It might have gone to like 8, but yeah, it wasn't like you were in double digit age. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
at some point, at like second, third grade, you start to realize you like other girls, so you don't want them to see you kissing your mom on the lips like a little baby. So
exactly.
you stop doing it. But to
Yeah,
each his
yeah.
own.
He's 50.
I feel like as a grown man, I don't know. I haven't kissed my mom on the lips in a very long time. You know what I mean? Like if I'll kiss her, but it's always like on the cheek or on the side of her neck or whatever. Like, just kind of like a greeting thing. But
Exactly.
I feel like, I do see the oddness in it. Do I think it's,
Odd. How's that odd?
I
What?
I don't want to say odd. I feel like people, people do different things. Everybody's family is different. So, I know some guys that still call their dad daddy. You know what I mean? So it's like to each his own. I mean, if you still kiss your mom on the lips, I hope it's no weirder than that. But it sounds like it is weirder than that.
Is there tongue involved?
Like I feel like
First
maybe
of
she
all,
slipped on one time, and it might have.
no,
I'm just
he
saying,
knows how
if
he knows how
if there's this
flexible his
mom
mom is.
complex, we've all seen these movies where these guys lose their father early and all their mom, that's their mom. Like Diddy might have breastfed to like 13 or some crazy shit like that. Just what I mean, like he might just have some crazy bond with his mom. So when you grow up at that young age, and if your dad was sounds like he was pretty well off. So I'm sure there were all types of activities going on around you at a young age that you feel are normal. You know what I mean? Like you're a product of your environment. So if you feel like this is the lifestyle you have to sustain because this is normal to you, then yeah, I can see why you have pushed the boundary to this point. Do you get a pass for what you've done? No, not at all. I guess the sex trafficking thing comes into play because there was money involved. I mean, it sounds like he just got, like I said, money. It's hard to tell somebody with a lot of money what to do. You know what I mean? Like, somebody asked me, like, "Oh, what do you think about Russell Westbrook wearing this?" I'm like, "Bro, he gets paid millions of dollars not to look like us. So, like, yeah, if he wants to come to the game in a construction worker outfit one day, then yeah, let him fucking wear a costume. Like, Cam Newton's probably the only one I'm like, like somebody need help, buddy. But
Hell nah.
bro, Cam be wearing some wild shit, bro.
Russell is at the same level.
Nah,
No,
nah.
It
no,
just looked different because Cam is bigger.
I feel
no.
like, Cam and Russell will both wear skirts. They would probably wear rompers, but the hats and the bow ties, the jerseys with the sweatshirts and it's too much. It gives very pimp, new age pimp etiquette. But anyway, we're not trying to wait.
New age tip is giving him respect.
Anyway,
About to get some help.
wait.
Shout out man.
I'm gonna just refill this cup because I don't know if I remember.
Yeah. So anyway, enough on Cam Newton. Yeah, I just feel like, Diddy feels like his life this is normal for him. And when you add extra money on top of that, you constantly push the boundary, So I think it went too far. I think, when it comes down to drugs being involved and, NDAs, I feel like you have to realize like you're not in a normal space anymore. So
Also, I won't put too much on his mom. I heard before he started trafficking, if he did, he was trafficked too, and that's how he got Bad Boys, allegedly.
Alleged trafficking.
Allegedly. So like he just
That's how he got Bad Boy? What you mean?
Listen, so there's a lot happening, and I'm not trying to whatever this big. It's a big guy with a big name, and the way we so small right now, I don't need them looking for us. So when we clock out of here, we could talk about it, and we'll see if we'll catch
Okay.
up on the next episode. But
I ain't gonna blow up the spot. If we need to get the views, we need to get the views, but not at the cost of our lives.
Yo, y'all wild. I ain't afraid of these niggas.
All right. Hey, you heard
I
what
mean, me
Raisin said his
neither.
big homies do.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I'm behind Bolt though, like
Wait,
behind.
wait.
He's in the front lines, and I'm.
Yeah. He's sitting around.
We here. Smoke it out.
So, Nikki, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that was just really like, yeah, besides the trauma with his own parents, he also, again, my research shows that when he was starting out in the music business, everybody ends up being an apprentice, an assistant, intern at some point. He was getting his booty hole stretched. Um, while that was happening, he was able to accumulate some of the fortune and the structure that he has now to create, Bad Boys to what it is. It's because he got his booty hole stretched. So, there's a lot happening with him. Again, I'm not saying all of this to give him an excuse for his actions. It's just to keep an open mind that evil people don't or aren't born evil.
Putting that on Diddy.
Huh?
I ain't gonna put that on. That's not how he got his hustle
Okay. I mean,
at
like
business.
I said, we could talk more about it when we clock out.
If that is true, to have that happen and then name the company you built your name on Bad Boy.
And also, the person I'm talking about.
Crazy. You're a bad boy. We're bad boys.
The person I'm talking about that allegedly stretched out the hole, he came out with a book too, and he was talking about some of his homosexual experiences, and some things are starting to line up to some people. So like, I'm just saying, I don't want. Bad Boys was my childhood. A lot of their songs were my childhood too, so I don't want to do that. But because he's in this predicament, like, unfortunately, a lot of things are coming up and people are starting to question, and I'm one of them people.
Yeah. And I want to say this too. It is, what month is this? June?
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably. Whatever you choose, love and all that good stuff, we here for it. It's not even about that. I think that when it comes to Diddy and his situation, it's just a little different when you're talking about forcing people to do what they don't want to do. So I just want to, for all the viewers of Watch List, we don't care who you love who you love. Just want to put that out there.
Very so. We are allies. But enough with Diddy because that was too much. I'm out of breath.
We didn't scratch the surface with Diddy.
Let's
scratch the surface with Diddy. We gotta peel this onion back. Now, I gotta get caught up, but a lot of people been running to me. I be out, I'm in the grocery store, I'm about to cook, bake, I'm getting ingredients. I'm a cooker. You know what I mean? Shout out to the fellas out here that cooks. Now, hey, Hollywood, I'm like, what's going on? What you feel about the Diddy? A lot of people are saying that Cassie played like what is Cassie's role in this? Like I know she got she has immunity.
Does she?
She got immunity. She has been a lot of folks have been saying she's been calling the shots. As far as for the freak offs, even to the point she said she wanted to do the freak offs without Diddy. She was reaching out to Diddy while she was married to old buddy, the dude she left him with, talking about she missed him as his best friend. But then you got to factor in
the dude that she's with now?
Yeah, the one she's with now. Yep. So she reached out to him like, I miss you, you my best friend.
Okay.
Then there's folks, I'm just putting it out there. Then there's folks who was bringing up that, she's chasing the bread with this lawsuit. Also, that, how she came out with Ryan Les, left Ryan Les for Diddy because he's bigger star, like money wise, she's chasing it. Then you got the Kid Cudi situation. He said, she played both of us. So, played both of us. Then, it's a lot going on, but at the same time, I take into account sometimes what's it called? Stockholm syndrome, when the victim, feels
back.
some type of affinity toward the person that's abusing them. And I take into account Cassie was really young, and Diddy was already not just an adult, but a adult with power, and
Yeah.
you can't take that away. So like I'm just giving what I'm saying is I'm not on either side. I'm just painting the full picture
Yep.
on what's going on, and just really want your thoughts on this, because sometimes it's like we're doing dirt together, but I got immunity, you don't. You going down, I'm not, because I took a deal. I made an agreement for the bigger fish.
If you want to go first.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I don't think just because I agree that she was chasing money when she was younger. She definitely was. You know what I mean? Especially leaving her boyfriend that was consistent with writing and producing her hits to someone that has more money and power and a better position. Um, I don't want that to be taken away that she was a victim at some point. You get what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
yes, I've seen the transcripts too, and I heard like, yeah, she was a part of the freak offs. Like they were reading the text messages, and I was shook a little bit. But also, she was young, and I just felt like with being young and being with a way older man, like, and I appreciate you giving the audience a full view because, and it wasn't biased at all. Because yes, I agree with you, she's chasing money, but this man was older, so I can't help but think she's trying to impress him. If it was a man that was her age, she's not doing no freak offs with a 22, 23-year-old. But with a 30, 40-some-year-old, she probably thinks he knows more, especially because he's been in the game longer. He has the money, he has the position, he has the power. Um, I just don't want to take away that she was a victim at some point. Now, my thing is, I didn't know he texted Diddy while she was with her now husband.
Mhm.
I want to bring up the perspective. Like, do you guys think that maybe she did that to accumulate what the case is now? Like, maybe it was a setup type situation?
Could be. It's
Because she
hard.
had already talked about, and if,
I
hopefully
mean,
it was
if
after
you've
the
seen
time.
Buddy, he looks like a paper bag, like, so,
But
you
you
know.
remember when the husband went on Instagram and was coming for Diddy, like, you treated my wife this way, da 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 da. So it's like they were public with it before the thing even went into the courtroom. So it's kind of giving setup. It's not really giving anything else. I hate that she agreed to it if it is, because now look at the defense. I would have used it the same way, respectfully. You shouldn't have never texted him if and you're married now, you got kids, like,
She texts him like on some old, I miss you, you my best friend, I miss doing all these things. So, and it
hell,
could have been that she missed the lifestyle. Now, I don't want to put that on her,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because it could have been genuine. Like at the end of the day, she was younger, he was older, he was, whatever. She probably had some type of feelings toward him to endure that type of abuse and punishment. I guess my thing is, at what point are you a willing participant? And what point are you for? 'Cause I don't know if it's, and maybe I need to be educated on what I think the trafficking is a big piece of it, right? And doing, whatever. But was he forcing her to do things that she didn't want to do, or was she in it because I'm smithing? I really feel this older.
I think it was
Grant.
both. I think it was
Yeah.
both. I think she
Mhm.
at first was like, "Yeah, I want to do this stuff with you," and then, Nikki said it in a debrief, like she changed her mind, and then I think it became like, "Nah, we too deep." You know what I mean? And I feel like just last episode we were very critical of Shannon Sharp and the way he carried himself with the young girl. So I feel like you put somebody, a young female with not even a Shannon Sharp. We talking about Diddy. Like the money is exponentially longer. You know what I mean? So you think about the lifestyle you can have if you just do what this person says and asks of you, and you're like probably like, okay, I'll do it. But then it gets to a point to where it's like it's too much. It's what they want.
Exactly.
But at some point you feel like you're not even who you are anymore. And then you take all the drugs and everything else into account. There is a form of addiction that forms. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so it's yes, as much as the lifestyle is addicting, so is everything else that comes with it. So, I think there may have been a time where things may not have been as good in her relationship with her current husband, and she reached back out of a weak moment, or maybe just looking for that fix, so to speak. But it's tough to say. Like I
Yeah.
said, we can speculate all day on what you know he said, she said. There's always going to be, something else in the middle that we ain't going to hear or know about. and then all the different angles. It's like it's tough to really pinpoint. You know, it's like at the end of the day, look at what he's on trial for. Was there, you know, when people say sex trafficking, I think people think about, you know, people getting on planes and drugging people, which, you know, I feel like if we're talking about people being drugged in transactions, money transactions, and sex involved, then I guess that's why sex trafficking is thrown in there. But, you know, it's tough, you know what I mean? Just because for everybody involved, you know, we talk about Diddy and his potential drama doesn't excuse the right, but at the same time, it's like, you know, we do have people that allow him to do this for so long. Like, where are they at? Like, there's so many people that know about this stuff, and then even when people used to talk about it, people be like, man, that ain't true. But it's like people ain't talking about it. Like, where's J-Lo at?
She's still performing songs that aren't hers.
People accountable, man.
Like,
And I'm not.
that's my like, you know, we talking about Diddy, but I know there were a lot of other people that were in those rooms and also wanted those same things as Diddy and took part in those same activities, whether they were drugging people or whatever. So I definitely feel like more people are involved. And, you know, Diddy said it at one point, if the feds come and get me, I'm taking everybody with me.
He said that or in this song.
But Diddy said that. So
Also, to piggyback off you real quick, Hollywood, when you said when does she stop or when did she start being a victim? I don't know if you heard her best friend's testimony. You know how some narcissistic men can be, like they'll push the boundary with you. And if you allow them to keep pushing it, you don't nip it in the bud, they'll just take it further. And I feel like when she felt like it was too much was probably, not when he brought in the fourth escort, but when he started putting his hands on the best friend and he was threatening the mom, blackmailing her. They had to take the loan out on their home type stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Now she's thinking like, okay, I didn't think it was going to be all this. I thought I was probably going to like have to suck 2-3 dicks a night, go to sleep, wake up the next day. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think you was about to touch the people I care about too. It's tough. It's tough. And you did a good job. Like, again, giving the audience good context, unbiased, the bigger picture, because I feel like people are hearing these hard-hitting information and it's just so quick to like really deep dive in one little part and then judge the whole story on that one part when it's like there's a lot going on for
there's
her.
a lot of dynamics into this, so it's tough. It's tough to drill down everything. Like, it just sucks that people have to endure these type of things as children and then growing to be certain type. I mean, we all have like trauma. Don't get me wrong. Like some are greater than others, but it just sucks that people go through these things and this is what happens.
Yeah, it's like at the end of the day, at the watch list, we do not.
Where do the frames come from? I don't even. When did you
Why?
pull those out?
Why are you making a joke of this? I'm trying to be serious.
No, you're not. Why would you just put those on right now?
He said,
Yeah.
please. No, you're
This
not.
man like fake sneezed and came back with glasses up.
Hey, at the watch
Fake
list,
sneeze.
we don't partake or believe in victim shaming. I feel like if something has happened to you, whatever, because a lot of times they try to make it, what did you do to put yourself in a situation? And I just want to be super clear on that. When we're speaking about this, we're looking at every nook and cranny and trying to understand what's going on. We're going to give our opinion. So I just want to put it out there. So my unofficial disclaimer, let me sip a little bit of rum, take these off. Speaking of craziness, I feel like every single time, a new piece of evidence that shows that Tory Lanez didn't commit the things that they did, Megan comes on the stream with a new twerk video. And I could be wrong with that. And Megan, I'm not mad at you. Don't stop doing and making your content. I'm just saying that. Is this a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Are you making a lot of videos? Or are you feeling
making a lot of videos?
Are you feeling guilty? Are these twerk videos ways for you to absolve yourself on the guilt that you put this innocent black man through, because we have a weird no snitch culture, or I'm trying to be more masculine than I need to be type deal, or whatever the case may be. But I just feel like things aren't always what they seem to be. And I'm just interested on what y'all thoughts are, because a lot of stuff has came out over the last couple of weeks.
Boy, I'm gonna let you go first. I went first last time.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, so, you know, everybody knows the Meg Stallion Tory Lanez situation. So as it comes out, we've seen some body cam footage from police officers the night everything transpired. You know, security guard statements are being put back out there from before. And it's just like, you know, we're crucifying this man for the wrong reasons, I feel like. And I guess Taylor Swift said it best, you just shake it off. So Meg Thee Stallion just decides to tark it off, So it's like, it's tough because, I very similar to what we just talked about with Diddy and, the trial. It's like, it's tough to really pinpoint what's going on. But I feel like there's been some inconclusive evidence to show that Tory Lanez didn't do any of which was said. Was he at the right place at the right time to be considered for it? Yes. Especially given his record, I get it. Not supposed to be around a firearm, XYZ. But I just feel like, we've hung a hat on that man that didn't need to be hung on, and then there's footage of him getting poked up in jail, and it's just,
That was sad.
I don't know if that's real or what, but it's unfortunate because it's to hear Meg on camera saying she more worried about her image than anything else is like, it seems very selfish, especially when you see somebody could potentially be getting harmed in a place you help them go to, in a sense. So, I try to be open-minded with it. That's kind of how I feel about it right now. I was definitely very Meg Thee Stallion prior to this, but, as I hear more and dig a little deeper, I'm like, it's tough. I like the girl, but, did Buddy have to go through all that? You know what I mean?
Question.
Assaulted in jail.
Question. Well spoken. So do you feel I think and quote me if I heard it wrong. You feel that Tory was faking getting poked up in prison?
I did not say that. I just, it's AI and everything else. I couldn't tell who that was. It's not like you could see Buddy's face and really say it was him. Like, it could have been somebody he's a little dude with a big head. It's 1,000 of them in jail right now.
Were you talking about the dude that poked him or Tory?
No, the Tory Lanez physique. It's
I think he was just walking up the steps in the video, right? Yeah.
So I didn't even see him walking up the steps. I just see literally like Buddy jump on him and then start going. So it's just like, I'm not saying it's fake like he had that staged, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know if that was really him. I can't say that. I don't know what the nigga look like right now. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
He might have a full fro with braids at this point, and they got some bald dude getting poked up that fits his. You know what I mean? It's just like, you never know. So it's unfortunate that that video came out, and if it is him, allegedly, it just sucks that all this transpired for that to happen.
Believe half of what you hear and none of what you see.
Is that the same?
What they say?
Really believe half of it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever heard. That's why I'm like,
I've heard it before.
I mean, I feel you. I was Team Megan first. There was very little that came out when it first happened, so I'm like, yeah, he shot her. And then as it slowly started progressing, I was like, oh, everyone is not talking but the best friend. Or either everyone was talking but the best friend, and that's the only person that I felt like should have been talking. The case was between Meg and Tory, so I don't know why Kelsey couldn't feel like she didn't say anything. And then she got immunity out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, she got immunity, and she picked it up so fast. Then she started doing interviews. And I said, okay, so you shot her. Why are we protecting the friend? I wouldn't blame Megan all the way, honestly. I feel like Tory put himself in that situation. You know, you're from a different country. You running around here with, you know, you don't have your papers all together. You running around with guns. You don't have the licenses for it. Like, be for real. And then I don't know if he was with the best friend. That's what it seems like. But you guys are protecting them. We're both.
He's messing with both of them.
You see, it's just all stupid. It's all stupid all around, honestly. It's sad that he got poked up, honestly. I hope he's okay, if that's true. Some people put themselves in certain situations. I don't think he shot her. I just felt like there should have never been a gun in the car knowing you're from a different country.
That's tough. And he had because he couldn't have when you're a felon you can't have. But so he already has some
Yeah.
people. What do you think is worse, him getting poked up or the glass hitting her foot?
And poked up.
It's crazy.
I don't know how jail
And he's
works,
stuck in
but
there doing more time than what he received and what someone else got. Like that's
yeah, I don't know how jail works, but if he doesn't have the nicest COs and that he really got poked up, how long did it take him to get to the infirmary? Like, there's so much that's in between versus her going to the hospital immediately, having surgery, getting x-rays and taken out. Like, please.
both. Both. What would you rather? What is worse to you? You getting poked up or the glass hitting your foot from a
I mean,
gunshot?
clearly getting poked up. I mean, yeah, I don't know what this dude just made this shiv out of, and now it has entered my body.
Mm.
Not
That's
only
a
that,
fact.
not just once, but multiple times. So, and then you're in one of the dirtiest places possible. Jail's not clean. You know, I've never been, but no one ever be like, you know what, I could eat off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like to realize like all this led to this. It is, you know, it sucks. That
Yeah, that's
shit
the best.
sucks. So, you know,
Just
I understand being I definitely agree, Nikki. Like people walk a thin line. They understand the consequences they go through. He could have been locked up at any point. I feel
Yep.
like the reason he is locked up is because of what she has painted, and it has led to him, you know, being assaulted in custody. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's my only issue with the whole situation. You know, I just hope the justice is served somewhere or another. Whether it's whoever assaulted Buddy, or I don't know if he gets out on what he was originally charged with. I know there are some other charges, or at least the sentence gets reduced, but you know, I don't think anybody should go through that, period, especially for false pretenses or what was painted originally.
that's crazy. You bring up false charges. I think that's like the new norm now. And this is blame people on stuff that we don't know if it's accurate, or if it is accurate, go ahead and speak your truth. We don't want to discourage you from speaking your truth. But it makes me think about DDG and that Bailey situation, because we was ready to kick DDG back in. Hey, you're wrong. You're abusing this young queen. And now, just like the Tory situation, things are coming to light. And what you thinking, Nikki?
Again, don't take away that someone may definitely be a victim, because he was with Ruby Rose and she said the same thing. She came out with pictures. It was at the same spot. So the thing is, it seems like he likes to grab women up. He may not be full on beating on them, but it seems like he grabs them up pretty hard, because she had the same bruises on her arm as Hallie did. Now Hallie messed up bad. And the thing is, I feel like a lot of people are so split because of the text messages. Hallie didn't do anything out of the ordinary from any other woman. Plus, she just had a baby. Postpartum is a thing, right? My thing is, and where I find that she messed up is her texting the egregious things of how she's going to remove herself from this earth and how whoever DDG cheated on her with can be the child's stepmom in print. So now you guys are going through this court thing. If I was a judge, I'm now thinking, how stable are you? Because you were willing to tell the father that you're willing to leave this child once. In the text messages, he's stopping her. He's saying, yo, you took my gun. There's no safety. You know what I mean? I'm trying to call you. You have a son. And she's riled up. And I get it. But emotionally, like, you're doing a lot. And now we have evidence. And now you're in court fighting for custody. I don't think that he didn't grab her up. I don't think that he didn't cheat. I definitely think those things. But unfortunately for her, she put way too much through them text messages that if she don't end up having full custody of the child, that would be on her. Respectfully saying, that would be on her. Because the court is going to look at every piece of evidence. They're not just going to look at your arm being bruised. They're going to look at the text of you sending to that man saying how you're going to end yourself. You got to be for real. You have to be for real. And it doesn't matter if you're in a mommy state. The state that I'm in is a mommy state, which means they will mostly side with the mom in most cases, honestly. But I promise you, any judge that reads that text message that shows them that you are not stable or capable to keep yourself here for your child, based off, an emotional response, they are going to think twice. And I feel like that's where she messed up. And you're under Jay-Z and Beyonce. I feel like they should have given you those type of tips. Like, come on now.
What, Tory Lanez under Rock Nation too?
What happened?
Tory Lanez is under Rock Nation.
Oh, snap. What's going on with them? They got some stuff going on over there.
But, yeah, just on that point, I feel like, if a female sends those type of messages and then wants to take pictures of bruises, DDG's lawyers could definitely make the case that he was trying to prevent her from doing something to hurt herself or him or anything like that. It doesn't always come down to him trying to bring harm to her, but, if she's being erratic or anything like that, yeah, we might have to get a little physical to keep you from doing said things, but it's tough. I think I always sympathize for the child. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like as adults, if we feel like we are going to engage with one another to the point of having kids, then we need to have some sort of civility about each other for that child. With that being said, like, Haley, if that was postpartum, I feel like she should have been getting help the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, not to be sending that in text messages. I don't really know DDG like that. I'm hearing more about him in the streaming world and some of his music and whatnot, but he's different as well. So it's like, I don't want to go one way or the other, because it is definitely, I understand having a child is hard for a woman, for her body, her mental, everything. So I don't want to judge Haley off something that I could never experience myself. But at the same time, as a man, to hear the woman that you had a child with say some of those things, it's got to be pretty alarming. You know what I mean? So I just empathize for the both of them. But like, I can't pick a side in either situation. But it's just like, I hope they find some sort of resolution for both of them and the child mainly. But yeah.
That's tough.
PG was with Ruby Rose?
Oh, he's a little player now.
He was.
Oh,
He
that-
was Ruby.
Lock him under the jail then. Nah, I'm joking. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazier. Bolt, I think you actually picked the Thunder to win chip this year, or contender. I ain't gonna give you that much credit. Or contender. You know?
That very true. I did have them in the finals with the Celtics, but the Celtics let me down. So at least I was 50% right.
Kudos to you, man. You think the Thunder are gonna win it all?
I think so. I think so. I can't be mad either way. My father being from Indiana, I got Indiana ties. Definitely would love to see the Pacers, win a championship. But I just think it's the Thunder's year, you know. So I feel like I can't lose in this situation, but if I had to put my money on one team or the other, it's definitely on the Thunder.
Hmm. That's
I think
tough.
they're
And
gonna
Nick,
win the next two. I don't think it's gonna go 7 games. If it goes 7 games, this is NBA script. My thoughts.
I respect it. I respect it. I hear what you're saying, but somebody, and I guess in this case, it's me, will have to come with logic. The Pacers is winning the championship, man. So like they won the game one, like they won the game three. Now I'll give you this. Are they gonna win tonight? Yes, they are. They're about to take 3-2. Pacers in 7, man. Pacers in 7. And why? The Pacers have a high octane offense, man. What are we talking about here? Like we act like the Thunder, they the number one team in the NBA record wise, and they crushed it in the West. But these young boys really haven't done anything. We're giving them credit like they have championship experience, and sometimes you get to the big dance. Hey, people fold. People fold. So Rick Carlisle is going to be a big difference as the coach of the Pacers. And Halliburton, he might not be like when I watch the game, he doesn't. It's an argument to say if he's a superstar or not. I think he is. A lot of people say he's not. Like throughout the game because he does so much without the ball, it makes you lose track of him. But when it's time for the big plays, the big stops, whatever the case is, Halliburton is there, man. They offense is top up in the NBA. In the NBA, the pace, they style when the Pacers pick up that speed. The Thunder's looking crazy, man. Halliburton is that guy. He's a playmaker. He does without the ball, with the ball. He's making them big shots. He's like that. And their resilience, man. The Pacers, they like they don't care about being a star. Siakam and them boys, they getting the rebounds, they getting like Pacers in 7, man. I'm sorry. Quote me on this. Paying it on me. Pacers in 7. And they're winning tonight. So when we record again, I want y'all to look in. I want Marcus to do an apology for being wrong because the Pacers is winning the game.
Would you like to make a friendly wager, my good sir?
Hey, I'll make a wager. I'll make a wager.
It's got to be something for the pod.
Mm. What? Why you gonna put a dress on or something?
Me put a dress on now. That's not what's about to happen at all.
That's just shows the confidence you got in your pick.
Do you have that much confidence?
I'm with whatever, boy. Let me tell you. Hey,
Are these
I
words, Mickey? You heard
uh-huh.
them. You heard
Yeah,
them.
I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing a dress. We ain't getting paid like Illuminati paid for me to do that.
Right.
Shout out to Jamie Foxx. Um, Now, here's the bet. If the Pacers lose, next pot, I'm taking 3 back-to-back shots.
All right,
Oh,
fat.
your choice of liquor.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll meet you on that.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
And if the Pacers lose and the Thunder don't win, Nikki has to take 5 shots.
Why am I? Wait, hold on. You know I don't know nothing about them but their butts. Why am I taking any type of shots?
You gotta take 5.
Why am I taking more? You only got 3.
Yeah, because yours is different.
That's how you learn.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
Okay, the 5 shots
Yeah.
of who loses?
Yo, Nikki, speaking of your 5 shots, have you finally seen Sinners?
Perlene is a whore. Capital W.
Straight out the
Whore.
mud.
She is a whore. She is the worst person in that movie. Her demise was her own fault. Oh my goodness. Where do I get started? Have y'all seen it?
Yes.
Great. All right. So I'll start off. Y'all remember when they were in the train station? Preacher Boy and his two uncles, the twins?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that pretty lady came around talking to Preacher Boy. He's talking about you should come to the juke joint. She's like, maybe I'll check it out. All right. She goes by there. She lets us know she has a husband. Why are you outside at 1 a.m. when you got a husband at home? All right, cool. I'm single, so maybe I don't know how it goes. Watching the movie, she's coming in. Preacher Boy's like, hey, are you going to sing? You going to dance? She's not sure. Preacher Boy ends up eating the box. She is singing the house down, 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 down. She's crawling on her hands and knees. She's sultry with it, like sensual. Like she's not playing hard to get because he got it now, right? Now the vampires are on the rise. They're on the rise. Homegirl don't want to eat the garlic, bro. They end up in the water and she dies in the sun. And I clapped. I clapped so loud. Cause yeah, you should have been at home with your husband, with the man that cared about you. But you got your box 8 in the street with the man you just met. You're a whore. That is a common whore. And that's my opinion on her. The rest of the movie was great though. It was great. I like the imagery that they had in there. I
Yes.
like the storyline that they had in there. I like the connection from the beginning and the end with Preacher Boy and one of his uncles. Very clean cut. Perline's a whore though.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. Around your what was her name again?
Perline,
Herling James Lawson. Great job. Great job. Very believable. I want to give like that movie was really good, and I want to give definitely credit. Now, I'll butcher some names. I will butcher some names, but Haley Steinfeld, you really outdid yourself. Amazing job. Like I love it when I see actors raise the bar on what they're capable of doing. I think she really set the stage tone. Amazing, amazing job. I mean, Marcus, do you, King Boat, do you disagree?
I do not disagree. I, you're just very observant.
I like to give credit where credit is due. you know, um, Omar Benson or Cornbread, hilarious,
Shout,
hilarious.
shout out to Big Ray for his
hello.
Oh,
part.
oh my god, that movie was good because it's like it may. I like movies what make you care about the characters,
Yeah.
and I want to go backwards. But Haley Steinfeld, you really made me like drawn into your character. Um, Same thing for Preacher Boy. Amazing job. I heard he performed at the BET Awards. Let me know if he killed it or not. I missed it, but I heard he did his thing. Michael
I
B.
did miss
Jordan.
it.
Michael B. Jordan, you are who they say you are. I'm not even gonna hate.
Okay.
When it's ticket time, blockbuster time, it's time to sell these tickets. You're gonna get it done. You killed it. That movie was good. Um, who else? Who else needs to give credit for? Hey, you're playing twins. That's crazy. And
Like they were like the two extremes of each other. You know what I mean?
he
Like
did well. He's a better actor than we give him credit for because he's like an actor that just so happened to get popping. You know what I'm saying? Like if you follow like the early part of his career, like okay, yeah, he's doing these. Some of them,
that's my man Pascal.
yeah,
That dude last of us. Like him and Michael B. Jordan are kinda like they just do really good work, and you can't help but acknowledge them for who they are. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Sinners definitely work of art. I agree with Nikki. Perline's a hoe. You know,
Well,
I
hold on.
don't
You
know.
didn't say that work of art. You said the
No,
work
no,
of
no,
art.
no,
Nigga said,
no. I agree with the
says
work of art. I just remembered. You know who else really grinded my gears? I can't remember her name, but the Asian woman.
yeah,
Say that.
man.
Why?
I
Uh,
mean, motherfuckers. I'm like, this bitch.
Respectfully,
Lee
so
Jong Lee.
the
Lee
message,
Jong
yeah,
Lee.
the
And
message
then
I got from
she gonna
that.
be the first one to go. She gonna jump on her husband and stab him up and then burn.
Thank you.
Like, I'm like, why you even go out like that if you were just gonna kill everybody else? You could just do that by yourself.
Bring them in the
You don't have
house.
Thank
time.
Begin
you.
with. Yeah, like you doing too much.
The message I got from that is that Black people stay saving other people when they need to save themselves. Because she was their demise in the barn. She was the other twins, I can't remember if it was Stack or whatever, his old lady. That's the reason she died. You wanted to stab up your husband, like Bolt said, you could have went outside. You died in the fire. You sat on top of him. You said, you did the most. And you let everybody in. I hate you too, girl. I hate her.
Yeah, a lot of people said that signifies some of like what happened back then with Asians and blacks, about how Asians were more acclimated with, the white community. And they often played both sides, but when it came down to, sticking with the blacks, they would, jump. So, I wasn't I don't know what it was like back then, but that's what history says. So, I just think Ryan Coogler does an amazing job of giving you something entertaining while also giving you a history lesson. And, from the main character, the little blues player, the guitar player, his story being based off of an old blues, you know, like based on a true story. Um, and then, you start to see the end credit with some of the stuff about, he didn't have a reflection in the mirror. Um, Stories of him selling his soul to the devil to have the fame that he wanted the whole time. And then you go to the second cut scene where he's playing in the church, and then he looks up. A lot of people say that he sees the devil, and that at that point, that's when he sells his soul. So it's just one of those movies that makes you start to speculate in different ways, and I think to me it's kind of like when you hear like good rap lyrics. You don't really see it, hear everything until you watch it or hear it again. You know what I mean? So it's like it was beautiful. Parlene's definitely a hoe. I don't know why she let my man eat the box after she been dancing in the club all night. That's disgusting one. And then you didn't even want to put the garlic in your mouth. Like, I'm just like, come on now, have some decency about that. If you are a wife, you would know you should have splashed that thing and you should have gave it a bird
Time
bath
out,
or
time
something.
out, time out,
You should have gave it a bird bath. You should have
time
No
out,
splashed it
respect
up
for
on there.
herself or
time
him.
out, time out, time out, time out. Both.
A
So
bird
you're
bath.
telling me that him, I don't want to get too graphic, but him doing what he did with old girl in the barn was what words you use? Because you said like it's because he was dancing and stuff. He can't do that. So is that a crime? I'm switching gears here. I don't know how I'm doing this. Like, all right, so I take it to they're in the barn. It's back in the day. Probably don't got Dove and all that good stuff now. But so that's like saying in your example, you meet some, whatever you get, y'all at the nightclub, the lounge, the disco, whatever. Probably not disco, maybe the lounge or the club. That's off limits because
Saying that Hollywood, I'm not saying that. If To Nikki's point, she's a whore. She's not a married woman.
she is married.
She says she's married, but at least a married woman would splash something up on that thing, knowing
Oh,
a
she
whore's
doesn't.
gonna let you
She's
just.
a married woman.
Huh?
Yes, we don't act like it.
She tried to stop him. She tried to
He
let's
tried to
not forget
stop
that.
him,
No,
She
she
said,
and she
"Hey,
didn't.
climbed up on
don't
the
do
table,
it. I want to do it." She said, because he told him. She said, "Yo, I need to, whatever." He said he wanted it in his pure essence.
and she let him.
He did say
Why?
that.
I want to get to. I ain't gonna do that because I started to ask questions, but I ain't gonna do that. But
He
is
didn't
she?
even get to hit it. He didn't even get to hit it. He just ate it, and they went back downstairs, and she went to go twerking on the
He didn't hit
stage.
it.
Huh?
He didn't hit it.
There was no clips of him hitting it.
Wow.
No, he didn't.
He never
That's
hit it.
now I have issues.
He didn't.
It's just
She kissing them all in the mouth after that. Come on now.
He just ate a
yo,
gas platter. That's all.
that's crazy. Now that is insane.
Yeah.
But the other part, I don't know how I feel about it because now y'all are in the. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm supposed to answer.
Yeah, we just popped your whole little bubble. Everything you wanted to say. Now you understand the pain.
Yeah, yeah, I'd be like King Bolton, just it'd be PC.
Brody. Uh,
And I'm joking. We'll edit that part out. But yeah,
No, edit that part out.
hey, I can't even be better because I would set myself up for failure.
Bye.
Bo, yeah, reel me back in and say, "Yo, you know better." And get a text from Big Nate. Shout out to my man Nate. You know he gonna reel us.
bruh.
Hey, Nate.
But yeah.
Sinners was a good. At the end of the day, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie. Great. Now, was it the best? Like people were gashing it. Like, was it the best movie of all time? No.
Of all
But was it?
time,
No.
it was definitely it's the
Nothing
best
better.
movie of the year so far.
Clearly, it's probably what it's a really great watch.
I do want to see that Phoenician Scheme with like Michael Cera and Benicio del Toro, Tom Hanks. They got like a crazy cast, but it looked funny as hell. I might go check that out.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, I know we about to wrap up here soon. All I gotta say is love y'all. Happy Juneteenth.
Yes.
My
Happy
beautiful black people.
Juneteenth.
Happy
I know
Also,
Juneteenth.
we probably won't see each other before then, so hopefully y'all stay safe and find you a nice barbecue to hit up. You know what I mean?
Yo, and we should have a Juneteenth special so I can put my dashiki on. I'm gonna have Juneteenth food available, some fried chicken.
and
I'm
watermelon, and what is it? Grape Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's
You
what
got
the
my
job.
red.
Hey, some of y'all employers do that. So let's not act like they were like, oh,
Not
but for June.
mine.
Hey, they said for Juneteenth we having Kool-Aid, fried chicken, and watermelon.
I'll go straight to HR with that.
I was like, no, y'all. Let me get my plate.
But that's only acceptable if you got waffles too.
Hey, it's only accessible if you season the chicken.
They ain't gonna do that. They gotta get it catered. Yeah.
Now, what? This chicken tastes like Food Line. Yo.
That Walmart fried chicken.
Oh yeah, yep.
Also, side note, feel free to edit out. ICE is running the road. Y'all need to be safe out there. If you don't got your papers, get your papers. If you lost your papers, find your papers. If you need to run, run. They getting the Mexicans, and the Mexicans are coming right back. They know what to do. Y'all need to follow your Spanish people, your local Spanish area. I'm telling you, they're taking vacations in Mexico, and they're coming right back over the border. Be safe in the streets, y'all. It's hard out here.
Love my Hispanic people. Viva la raza.
Love them. Leave it Alasa. Yo, love them. Love them. I butcher that. When you laugh, you forget you.
He don't know what he
Oh,
just said.
what'd you say, Hollywood?
I
He
said,
don't know what he said.
La Rasa.
Yeah,
Viva Larasa. Yeah,
Here,
yeah. I got love for my we watch list. We got love for everyone.
everyone. Yep. Be safe,
Everyone.
bro.
Everyone. And I don't know. And I get it because it is, and we can talk about this on a later date. It's a lot of back and forth on with everything going on with ICE and all that. Should the community, the black community, step in and speak up? I hear both sides, but I say a wrong is a wrong no matter what.
Yep.
I don't agree with it.
Accurate.
I don't.
All right, watch list people. You already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share to your friends, your coworkers. You know what I'm saying? Spread the word. Be safe, y'all.
Love y'all. Till next time.